Alright guys, I don't know about you, but one of the most common questions I get asked when people see my photography is, what lens do you use? This is normally followed by the first question, which is, what camera do you use? And if you click the link up here, I address that in that video over there. Anyway, so today is all about lenses. I'm going to tell you about lenses, so they're over there. Let's go find them, let's go talk about them. Come on, let's go. Blimey! What's up guys? My name's Just Plain Dwayne and welcome to the video. So this week we're talking about lenses. Like I mentioned in the beginning, and I have 4 different lenses that I use with my Sony camera. So we're going to give you a very brief introduction to all 4 of them and maybe tell you a little bit about them and why I bought them and things like that. So with that, let's start with this. This is my Sony G Master 70-200 f2.8 OSS II. Yep, you heard that baby. This is the 2nd generation of this lens. It's slightly lighter than the first generation and has a couple other extra features on it, but for the most part, I love this lens. It is my newest lens. It is my most favorite lens at this point, and I've got out and I've had an opportunity to kind of use it a little bit, especially doing some sport photography and things like that. One of the things I really love about it is the OSS, so that's optical steady shot or in-body stabilization. So if you're out there and you're trying to capture some action and you're moving around a lot, this lens calms everything down. So it helps you get that shot, especially with the autofocus. f2.8, this is a super fast lens, so I've been able to nail some pretty awesome shots with this lately. A couple, really cool features about this. The aperture ring on the 2nd generation is on the lens now, so you can move it. It's on silent. If you kind of click this here, you end up with click. It's a silent for video, and click, when you're doing some photography. The other cool thing is on the lens hood. If you flip this little window up here, boom, it opens up, and if you have a filter on there, like an ND one, you can kind of adjust it by just putting your finger in there and not having to take that off. Very cool. Anyway, let's go check out my next lens. All right, lens number 2. This is also a G Master lens. This is the 35mm 1.4. It's a prime lens, so I really like 35mm because I feel it's really natural to what we actually see. So when you take a photo, you're kind of already seeing what the photographer's seeing. It's a super sharp lens. Like I said, it's a super fast lens at 1.4. Also has a really shallow depth of field, so you can take those really artistic photos where you have a lovely blurry background and everything's focused so sharply on the subject. You can really get your get people's eyes to really kind of focus in on your images. This is also probably great for video. I have used this on some video, when you kind of want to get those like detailed shots of certain things and blur out the background. It looks really good, but I mostly use this for photography. I do have this on my camera most of the time. Like I said, I love the focal length. Yes, maybe you have to work a little bit harder, if you want to kind of get the framing kind of perfect and things like that. But honestly, it's worth it. When you see the images that come out of this lens, you'll totally understand, and you will fall in love with this lens as well. So yes, I love it. This is probably my 2nd favorite lens. Let's check out the next one. All right, lens number 3 is this. It is not a Sony lens. This is a Sigma. This is the 16-28. This is an f2.8 lens, and yeah, this is a little bit different to all the other lenses that I have, but let me explain. So I've got myself into a little bit of videography, and for me to kind of do a lot of these headshot kind of things, I don't have a lot of space, so I needed something that was very wide so it could be pretty close to the camera, and I needed something that was 16mm. This is a fairly new lens from Sigma, and I gotta say, this thing impresses me. Is it as good as the Sony lenses? I mean, that's up for debate, but I really love this lens. Color, the image, everything looks great. I've taken this out, I've done a little bit of photography with it. To be honest, it's mostly been used for video, and like I said, the main reason why I had it is because I needed something that was 16mm, and I didn't want to buy just a prime lens. I could have. I wanted to buy something that did have a little bit of a focal length to it, so now I do have that range between 16 and 24, even though this goes up to 28, but holy, I love it. And this is a great lens. It doesn't break the bank. I got this for under $1,000, so it is my cheapest lens, but it's not the lens I like the least. And I do use it quite a bit. So with that, let's go check out lens number 4. Alright, and finally, it is another Sony lens. This is just a G lens, not a G Master, but this is the 24-105. It is an OSS, like the 70-200, so it has in-body stabilization. But this was the first lens I ever bought, and the reason why I bought this is because I wanted a lens that could do a lot of things, even though I knew it wasn't going to do everything perfectly. It is an f4, so it is a wider aperture, but you know, when you've got this kind of focal length from 24-105, you're gonna have to give up some things. People do refer to this as a kit lens, and that's fine. As far as a kit lens go, I think this thing is pretty fucking phenomenal. When I first bought it, I needed something that could do a lot of things, so I can figure out what other focal lengths I wanted to get and what other lenses I wanted to buy. So I think as grassroots goes, this was a perfect lens for me. I've done a lot of video with this, and I've done a lot of photos, and I think I really learned a lot and really learned how to use lenses and cameras together with a lens like this. It's number 4. It doesn't mean I don't like this lens. I just use it less and less now because of other lenses that are very specific to certain things that they do, and they do those great, but I have to change things in and out. But if I'm out and about and maybe hiking or doing, going into the city or something like that, this is a great lens because it's just so versatile. At 24 I can take a shot, get a really great shot. If I need a little bit more length, whack it out and yeah, get a good shot of something there. Anyway, love this lens. It's number 4 on my list. It's probably my least favorite lens, but it doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just where it stands at this point. One of my lenses have to be number 1, one of them has to be number 4, and unfortunately this is where this one lies. I love it. If you're starting out and you're thinking about what sort of lens you need, go for this. Super versatile. You're gonna love it. You won't regret having this lens. I definitely don't. And I'm not actually gonna sell this lens. I'm gonna keep it because I love it. So there you go. Not yours, mine. Alright guys, that concludes this video about the lenses that I use. And yeah, let me know what you think about them. Do you think these are great lenses or not? Also tell me, what sort of lenses do you use? And I don't care what make it is or whatever it is. Tell me why you use a certain lens, why you love it. If you have a very versatile lens or if you have a very specific lens, put it in the comments. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Anyway, that is a wrap for this video. So I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye. My channel is all about video shit and blah 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 and I don't know, whatever. Today I'm going to talk to you about lenses.